Hello, my name is Param Shah and my roll number is 20IM10034. Today we will be disassembling and reassembling this CPU and check whether it is working or not. Let us check for now if it is working or not. I'll switch on the switch and here I'll press the button and we can see that the CPU is working very fine. So after disassembling and reassembling, we will check if it is working fine or not. Here is the back side of the CPU and we will be using this tool to disassemble it. And first of all, let us remove all the wires. So here we go. Here we have removed all the wires and we'll be disassembling this CPU. Here we have disassembled the CPU and from the other side also we have disassembled it, and now I must be explaining the components of the CPU and let's get started with it. Here we take a peek inside the CPU and this is how it looks from inside. The very first thing which catches our attention is this huge fan, and this is usually used to cool out the CPU because of the continuous operation of the computer. The CPU might get heated and damage the motherboard, so it is continuously used to cool out the CPU. Here we see the motherboard of the CPU, and here we can see that there are a lot of capacitors. The basic use of the capacitors here is to regulate the AC supply which is being provided directly to the CPU. So the motherboard, if directly connected to the motherboard and given this AC voltage, the motherboard might get damaged. And here we can see that this is the internet port. These are all the HDMI ports which can be connected to the desktop screen. Here we can see that this is the RAM slot. We can install the RAM. Here we can see that there are more capacitors to it and direct connection with the other components of the CPU. Here we can see that this is the slot to insert the disk which we can find in the older version of the CPUs. Nowadays this slot has been removed, so for the compactity of the CPU, and these were the basic components of it. Also, not to mention, there are a lot of transistors here which of course will be in the modern computers, and as more modernized it gets, more use of transistors we can see. Also you can see that there are many line circuits which is the modern use of circuits and for easy flow of current. Also we can with the help of this motherboard we can install an operating system of our choice in this motherboard and use it in our desktop or PC. Thank you for watching my video, and now we will reassemble this CPU and let us check if it works or not. So let's get started. Now we will try to reassemble these components of the CPU, and here we go. And here you go, we will connect the wires and check whether the CPU is working or not. Let us reconnect. Here we'll connect the blue wire first. Tighten up the screws. As you can see that I have connected the blue wire. Now we'll be connecting the other components of the wire as well. Now we have almost connected all the wires, and now we'll be trying to switch the computer on, and let's see whether it is working or not. Just a moment so that I can arrange the CPU. Here I have arranged the CPU, and now we'll be checking whether the CPU is working or not. Here we have arranged the CPU as it was, reassembled it, and now we'll be checking if it is working or not. So here we go. Yes, the CPU is working very well, and thank you for watching my video.